Mr. Chirac, what do you think about the entering of the Conservative Party of Colombia, a party member of the third row, to the IDU?
Well, I'm very glad about that, and it was necessary for the IDU to have parties from Latin America, and we are very, very glad that the Conservative Party, who is a democratic party, joined us today, and the leader of the party had a very, very nice and interesting speech this morning, and we all appreciated very much.
Mr. Chirac, talking about a little bit of politics, the French politics, is there any possibility of the figure of the cohabitation in your country?
Well, you know, we shall have in France general elections, I mean for the parliament, next March 1986. And we can suppose the polls and the by-elections say so, that the opposition will win. But still the president, who is a socialist president, may stay for 2 more years in function. Then we shall have, that's true, a problem of cohabitation. But I think that our constitution is a very flexible one, and it shouldn't make a big problem. I think that the president will let the government do what it has to do, and it should work, I think.
So then there's the possibility that one of the opposition leaders arrives to the Prime Minister of France?
It's not a possibility, it's a certitude. If we win the election, our political system means that the Prime Minister, who has to have the confidence of the Assembly, must be a member of the opposition. And we have in France 2 main parties of the opposition, mine and another one. We shall agree together to support a Prime Minister and its government.
Your alternative in France as power, Chirac, the name Chirac as a politician. Why do you think you can arrive into power in 2 more years after the finishing of the period of Mitterrand?
Well, we'll see.
What will you propose to France?
Well, we'll see. First, we have to win the general elections to have the majority in the parliament. Then, the government, supported by this majority, which will be members of the opposition of now, will try to have a new policy, more, may I say, liberal and moderate, if you want, liberal in the French meaning of this word, moderate, with more liberty, with more initiative, less socialism, reprivatization of many activities, and we'll try to succeed. And then 2 years later, we shall have the presidential election, and of course, a member of the Socialist Party will run, and also a member of the opposition, and we'll see who wins.
You think you will win that election?
Well, nobody can say 2 years before, you know. We are in a democracy. Nobody can say. We hope.
You think the government of Mitterrand is a real socialism or social democracy?
No, it's not social democrat. It's a real socialist government, definitely.
You've been participating, you are the mayor of Paris, you participate sometimes with the government. You think that's positive for you, or you're going to be in a harder position against the Mitterrand government? Against the government, against their policy?
Well, I am very much, no, I am very much against in France. I am one of the leaders of the opposition, and I am very determined, very much against the policy of the socialist government. Of course, I don't like to speak about French policy abroad, outside of France, but, well, I am very firmly in the opposition.
You think now, returning to the...
I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do with the government. And in Paris, when we had the last election for the city council, I won in all the 20 districts of Paris, the rich and the poor districts. I won everywhere against the candidates of the government.
Now returning to the IDU, do you think this movement, this organization, has the mechanism of pressure to try to solve some of the problems we're trying to return to democracy in some of the countries?
Well, honestly, I think so. I mean, first, and it's very important, we used to know in the IDU it's a possibility for the leaders of the moderate parties, being in the opposition or in the government, to know each other better. And when you know the men better, you can speak with them, you can telephone them. It's much easier to try to find compromise when we have conflicts of interests, national interests. Then it's a very positive thing in the IDU. Also, we talk together about the main problems of the world, all the difficulties of the world, and we try to find a common view of them, which is also a positive. And as we are quite a number of us, we are more than 30 parties representing more than 30 democracies, which means much more people than in the international socialists. This can have an influence in the world. And those two ways of working, knowing us each other better and trying to have a common view on the main problems of the world, is a positive thing, very positive.
One of the more important issues, I think, in this, the last communique of the IDU is going to be the fight against the drug trafficking and the drugs abuse on the youth. What is going to be your position on that point?
Well, I know this makes problems for certain countries, but as you know, we cannot accept the exploitation from certain countries of drugs, because the consequences on the youth of our countries are dramatic, and we have to fight with all means against that. Of course, we understand that it makes problems for certain countries, and I think the other should be ready to help them to maybe buy and immediately destroy the drug. We cannot accept that drug development consumption.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chirac.
Thank you. But may I say, just to end with, that I am very, very glad that the main party in Colombia joined us, and I want to say hello to all the people of Colombia. I am respectful for Colombia, I like Colombia, and I am very glad that we can have better contacts in the IDU with the leaders of Colombia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.